I gave my husband an ultimatum to learn about my diabetes after he almost killed me. I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 11 years old. It's just part of my life at this point. I take insulin, I watch what I eat, and I've never had any major problems with it. But my husband Jake acts like it doesn't even exist. We didn't live together before we got married, so I don't think he really understood how much my diabetes affects my daily routine. Like, I have to make sure I always have snacks with me when we go out. I need to check my blood sugar regularly, and I absolutely cannot drink regular soda because the sugar will mess me up. At first, it was just little annoying things. We'd go to a restaurant and I'd order a Diet Coke. The waitress would bring me regular Coke by mistake, and I'd politely ask her to switch it out. Jake acted like I was being the most difficult person on the planet. He'd sigh really loudly and say seriously under his breath like I was making some huge scene. Or we'd be heading out somewhere and I'd grab a granola bar or some crackers to put in my purse. He'd be like, "We're literally going to be gone for 2 hours. You don't need to pack a survival kit, but I do need snacks. If my blood sugar drops and I don't have anything to eat, I could literally pass out." The worst part was when he started accusing me of being dramatic. One time my blood sugar got low and I felt dizzy and shaky. I told him I needed to sit down for a minute and eat something. He rolled his eyes and said I was overreacting. Another time we were supposed to be intimate and I felt my blood sugar dropping. So I said I needed to check it first and have a snack. He got so mad at me. He said, "Are you seriously faking low blood sugar right now to get out of this?" I just stared at him in shock. When he saw my face, he tried to laugh it off and say he was joking, but he definitely wasn't joking. He actually thought I would fake a medical condition to avoid being with him. But the absolute worst thing happened 3 months ago. We were supposed to go to his friend's wedding out of town. It was going to be a long day with the ceremony and reception. I told Jake we needed to make sure we had time to stop and eat between events because I needed real food, not just wedding appetizers. He said I was being ridiculous and that I could just eat at the reception. I tried to explain that I couldn't wait that long without proper food, but he got annoyed and said I was ruining the day with my food schedule. So I just stopped arguing and figured I'd make it work somehow. The wedding was beautiful, but by the time we got to the reception, I was feeling really off. My blood sugar had been all over the place because I hadn't eaten properly all day. I felt nauseous and exhausted. Jake kept telling me to just power through it. That night, I woke up vomiting. I couldn't stop throwing up and I felt like I couldn't breathe. Jake drove me to the emergency room and they told me I had DKA, which is basically when your body goes into crisis mode from not having enough insulin. I had never had this happen in my entire life. I was in the hospital for almost 3 weeks. When I finally got discharged, the nurse gave me all this paperwork about managing diabetes. I told her I already knew all this stuff since I'd had diabetes since I was 11. She looked confused and asked how this happened then, if I knew how to manage it. I didn't say anything, but we both knew. Jake is how it happened. His refusal to take my condition seriously had put me in the hospital. Even after all that, he still doesn't get it. Last month, we were going on a cruise for his sister's wedding. At security, they asked if we had any medications in our bags. Jake just said no without even thinking. They were about to take my insulin away until I jumped in and explained that yes, I have insulin and I need it to live. That's when I realized this wasn't just annoying anymore. This was actually dangerous. So last week, I sat him down and told him he needs to take a diabetes education class or I'm done. He needs to learn what this condition actually means and how serious it is. He looked at me like I was crazy and said I was being controlling. I told him he almost killed me and he still doesn't even understand what insulin does.